What's up, everyone? It's the BumCast on this Star Wars day. I am your host, HBAC, the head bum in charge, along with Baloney, Dougie Fresh, Joey P. Nice sword there, Baloney.
It's not a sword, it's a lightsaber. I just heard my hand retracting it.
So, okay, this is good. This is a good segue, Peter. You say you hurt your hand. You know, they say that like NFL players, they play hurt, not injured. And I'm playing hurt tonight, guys.
Okay.
Right. What's going on?
My hand is a little, no, not that. I played volleyball on Saturday
What?
for the first time in like 20 years. And my hand is destroyed, man.
No. How did this transpire?
Were you playing on concrete? Where are you playing volleyball at?
So I went by my buddy's house for the derby, and you guys met my friend Rick. He's got 3 girls. They're all very into sports, and they're in volleyball right now. So they had a couple friends over, and they wanted to put the volleyball net up. They got a full size, like volleyball net. They put it up in their backyard, and I'm sitting there in the patio. We're drinking some bourbon, having a good time. Trying not to think about all my losses on the derby. And I don't know how it came up, but it was like, hey, you want to, come, play some volleyball? I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go. And, I haven't played in a while, but, I can do some of this stuff,
Little bump set spike.
Yeah. Well, then it turned into adults versus the kids. It was 4-on-4, adult versus kids. And let's just say that there might have been some times where I was diving for the ball and maybe try to go for a spike or something. And my hand is very sore right now. I'm playing hurt tonight.
This sounds like an excuse. This has to be some sort of other, like it was like stranger action or something. You're not telling us the truth.
No, I am telling you the truth. I have witnesses. I'll get my wife in the comments. She was there. They were laughing at me for diving and falling on the ground and, trying to punch it and set it up and spike it, but when I have to admit, maybe I'm not the elite premier athlete I thought I was still was. But I have my squishy ball here to help.
Yeah, that's the rehab. You gotta get your strength back.
Yeah.
Now,
a little physical therapy.
We're all wrestling fans here, Jason. Now you gotta milk this thing like Cowboy Bob Orton. I want you like all summer in lot B with like a cat, if not a cast, just one
like
of those
bandages.
braces. But no, like those black braces old ladies wear.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was not ready for like just repeated action hitting the volleyball. So both hands were sore. Now it's just my left one still. I feel like I have like a minor bone bruise or something because it feels like it's like a deep pain. Like here. So
a deep bone bruise or something.
Yeah, but first time I played volleyball in 20 years.
When's the last time you had milk? Maybe you just need a little bit more whole milk in your life.
Does like milk in my coffee count?
Nah, I need more. You need to be corn fed and whole milk, that kind of thing.
What about chocolate milk?
Yeah, that counts.
That works.
This counts? Like if I got like Oberweis milk or something, or does it have to be like
that counts double? That's so good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't know. Like, yeah, it costs double, but I don't know. Is like, is that considered like ultra milk, like elite S tier milk, or is it more like, name brand super processed milk? I don't know. I'm not a milk guy.
All I know is Oberweis is damn good. They closed the one in Orland by me, and I was devastated. Probably good for the overall being, but those milkshakes and just the chocolate milk, even the eggnog from there. I'm not even an eggnog guy, but Oberweis eggnog was like elite level.
Yeah, I'm not like King Nam. Shout out King Nam. Not a big eggnog guy either, but like once a year I have to get the half gallon from Oberweis because Oberweis, it's just everything that comes from there is elite. It like I said, it costs, but it's elite. It's good stuff.
All right,
JT,
Joey P. We need. Oh yeah, if you want to get the JTs first.
Yeah, JT said that volleyball. I took 2 Mooney 100-mile-an-hour hits.
Complain about his bruise online for a good 2 weeks too. So you're not impressing anybody, JT.
Yeah, this was 2 days ago.
CD44 is asking, explain the T-shirt. Low Life Plumbers, Joey P.
Oh, yeah. This is a concert tee from the rock artist known as Austin Meade, and got to see them play at Martyrs earlier this year. Concerts with Chris night on a Friday night. So yeah, look up Austin Meade. Pretty cool rock guy.
Christmas milk.
Christmas milk. I like.
I don't get that reference. I don't get the reference.
Yeah, and now Sam Reeves is in the comments saying I stubbed my toe and only cried for 20 minutes. This guy's had the man flu for like 3 weeks and has complained online about his cold for like at least a month now. So everyone here is playing hurt at one point or another. We're old. That's what happens when we're old. Right. JT's finger, Jason's wrist, my knees, Sam's man flu. What's ailing you, Dougie?
Life.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right there with you, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what's not ailing me? My hair.
Oh,
my hair.
Yeah.
We're starting to come in pretty good. It's
look at the line.
Ooh, no, wow.
It looks better when you move back. Move back.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're starting to come in pretty good.
It looks like a kiwi up there now.
Yeah. But yeah, so speaking of that, they just dropped the dates today for Baldstool Season 2. Yeah, they're pretty much like fuck everything BumCast. So
we're competing with these motherfuckers. Yeah. It went from a friendly thing to now it's like Wednesdays and Mondays. Fuck right. Fuck the Baloney Show. Fuck the BumCast for the next 4 weeks. We got Baldstool to talk about.
Yeah. No, but it'll be cool. I'm working on a couple of things or whatever. I want to do some recap shows or whatever. The first episode is going to be the pre-trip before we got to Istanbul. So I will not be part of episode 1, or at least I won't be part of majority of episode 1, but I have lined up a guest that was part of there. Really cool dude named Jeremy. Chopped it up with him a lot on the trip. So yeah, we're going to figure out some days. I don't know if we're going to do something live or if we're going to pre-record something, but yeah, we'll do like a little recap, little watch party type thing.
Yeah, nice. a post game show, if you will.
Exactly. Yeah,
I like that.
Like all those other. I love those like reality show, like like when Walking Dead, they had like the
Talking Dead.
Talking Dead.
Yeah.
Bravo
does a lot of those for like the reality shows.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love that they use the bloody head of Mincy on there.
I'm pumped for this.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't seen anything. I mean, when me and Peter went to the headquarters or whatever, we got to see him editing some of it. Wonton Don was editing it like literally right on the scene. So that's literally all I've seen. So I have no idea what the episodes are going to be like. I have no idea how much I'm going to be in the episodes or not in the episodes, or how everything plays out, what they use, what they don't use. That's kind of like the fun part of it, is like, I'm going to watch it and learn, see it firsthand just with you guys too.
Now,
so it'll be awesome.
When you watch it back, are you going to constantly be doing the Leonardo DiCaprio meme?
Well, I will say there were a couple points on that trip that are a little fuzzy. So I don't want to say I'm nervous, but I'm also like, fuck, would they get on camera? So it'll be fun though. I can't wait. I'm excited for it. Obviously been waiting a couple months for this, and now it's coming to head. So dun. And yeah, I can't wait, dude. It's gonna be fun.
But the hair's coming in nice. What's the when is it like fully? Because I talked to you about it like a couple weeks ago, and you said it's still in. I forgot what words you used, but it was like it's still in some sort of stage. When is it like full grown? You're doing it.
It's supposed to be between the next 3 and 5 weeks or whatever is when it's really supposed to start kicking in, and then like 2 months from now should be like I don't want to say finished product, but like a full But they say like up to like 9 months to 10 months is like your big pop.
So maybe for like your birthday, you're gonna have a head of hair.
That was my goal, you know. Like, I mean, for my birthday will be like about the 5.5 month mark.
Okay, so still a little early, but yeah,
still a little early. But I mean, you guys can make me feel good on my birthday and be like, oh, you got the best hair I've seen on your birthday in a long time.
Dougie, I might still be crippled by then. I don't know if I can make
he can't make you feel good.
Yeah. I'm gonna have the brace on my hand. It might get a little chafed.
Oh, but Jerry O'Sullivan's there. Do you gonna go to a barber or stylist for your first haircut? Do you want to talk about your idea a little bit? Don't just tease a little something.
Yeah. So yes, I wanna. This is a big decision because I haven't had a barber. I haven't had anybody besides myself cut my hair since a few years past high school. So like I haven't had a relationship with a barber in forever, and I want to document that. I want to have a little something. I have a couple ideas planned, but I want to do kind of like an eliminate type
Love Island
thing. Yes, yeah, like with barbers. So,
and here comes a new barber to the island.
What was the shot of love with Tila Tequila? Maybe it's like
no, she's canceled, dude.
No, but like Dougie's could be like locks of love or something like that, or like a lock of love or something like that.
I gotta figure out.
I don't know if you want to talk about love with barbers. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about?"
Dude, but it's a relationship though.
It's true.
And that's what's like. That's what is literally like. It's given me. I don't want to say anxiety or whatever, but like, it's something that I thought about like on the Turkey trip. I'm like, I have to form a relationship, like, and not only that, but I'm like also breaking my way into like a barber shop, like, and that's not an easy thing to do because that's a community already built, you know, like there's dudes there, they're already been building for years, and here I am, like, I got to double dutch this shit and just jump in.
Yeah, who's a new guy?
Hi guys.
Yeah, hey,
making the cut's a good one,
right?
Like,
what if you go in like Steve Buscemi with the skateboard? Hello, cool kids. How do you do?
Right. Yeah. Like, do I bring cookies or do I bring something? Like,
I like JT's fresh cut.
Yeah, fresh cut.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. Do I bring cookies? No. You just show up with cash and maybe a bottle of booze every once in a while.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Peter, how you doing, man? I know you talk about getting old too.
I am getting old. I do want to, you know, it's May the 4th. We got to, you know, celebrate that. Although I was thinking about this earlier today. I was busy at work, but every time I opened Twitter, somebody was talking about May the 4th, you know, Star Wars thing. And Joey P is the church going group of the, you know, bums. And I was thinking, like, today feels like Christmas and Easter to like the church going Catholics, like my mom and my tias, or maybe you, Joey P, where like you guys are there every week. And now all of a sudden, all of the riffraff shows up and it's like, oh, here we are celebrating Christmas and Easter. I feel like that's like a little bit of the May the 4th. All the commoners are all of a sudden in the Star Wars today. It's like you guys aren't staying up on like 4 a.m. to watch, you know, like a Darth Maul cartoon. Like it feels like, although, you know, like the official Star Wars account celebrates it, so I get that. But it feels now like it's getting like, this is not, you know, every day is May the 4th, the real night.
Yeah, a little stolen valor.
A little stolen valor.
Little bandwagon, you know.
Well, I can tell you this. I've never seen a Star Wars a day in my life, so you ain't got to worry about me jumping on the bandwagon. I know.
Yeah, we were trying to come up with like Star Wars segments for tonight, and I'm like, I don't think Dougie's ever seen the movie, so it's gonna be tough. But yeah, Jason, we talked about getting old. You got your wrist thing. I've been complaining about the knees, you know, going back to work and, you know, everything else. Julie and I have been going on date nights, and typically that involves concerts. So her birthday fell on a Wednesday, so it was weird. We celebrated a little bit last weekend, and then we celebrated a little bit this weekend. On Saturday, we went to the Salt Shed, which is quickly becoming one of our favorite like date night spots because we go to Goose Island first. We'll have dinner and drinks. I had a couple Bananas Fosters that were really good. I still like those. And then we go next door to watch a concert. And I'm like, this is a nice little date night spot. So we went to go see the Midnight. And we've been pulling this move at the Salt Shed. And you guys tell me if it's fair or foul. We get general admission tickets. We've always been pit people, standing room only, floor seating or floor standing. We've always been that crowd. I went up to the girl. It was like a nice lady, probably in her mid-20s. And I literally just said to her, hey, we're kind of old. You guys got any seats available? And she's like, what do you mean by kind of old? And I was like, well, we're both 40. I was like, she's got a fake hip, which is true. Julie's had hip surgery. So I was like, it's been a long week. Any seats available? She's like, let me see what I can do. She radios to like another person. And I'm like, it's worth a shot. I think we had the best seats in Salt Shed. Right. Like it was like front row of like the seating area, just like front, like it was like the and I'm like, can I do this more often? Or is that like a one-off thing? Like it worked once. I kind of want to do it again.
I mean, shoot or shoot, man. I mean, keep running until the wheels fall off at that point, because you're only gonna get older.
Right? I know. So then Julie's like, how much do you think these seats are? I'm like, I don't know, but they can't be like cheap.
Yeah.
Because they're like cushioned chairs. It felt like we were at a movie theater. It had like, it wasn't just like a folding black, WWE chair. It had like cushions on the back and the ass part of it. And it was like right in the front. And I was like, you know what? We got a good amount of concerts lined up this summer. I might be doing that move more often. I'm gonna start wearing my old my gold frame glasses that are like circled. I'm like, those are my old glasses. I'm gonna start looking older just to try to finagle my way into some decent seats. I didn't know if it was fair or foul, but I like the move.
Get yourself a decent croaky, for the back of them.
But very admirable.
I said we only did it once so far, but I kind of want to do it again.
Go back to her. And be like, hey, you remember us? We're the olds who need to sit down.
That was my other question. Julie was like, what if it's the same person? Is it going to work again on the same person? Or do I have to go to the other side and like kind of work my way through the staff one by one?
No, you build that relationship with the person.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Maybe next time, pull out a couple 20s and be like, hey, you got those seats available? We're still old or something like that.
Yes, you gotta have Julie with a limp a little bit. You gotta sell the fake hip.
It was free the first time. We didn't pay for those seats, but like if she does it again, maybe a couple 20s or something.
Oh, okay. I see. Like now the cash thing. Obviously it's a bribe. It's the Chicago way. You grease some palms.
Yeah. It's tipping.
You could look at it that way, but I think if you really want to go above and beyond, do some small talk, find what she likes, bring her a nice little gift next time.
No, then Julie's gonna be like, you're buying this lady something. You're gonna no, I don't want that fight. I'll go look for a dude. I'll bribe him. I'm not right. It seems like also Julie's complaining. She's like, you're gonna have to drag my dead ass to the seats. You like those seats, lady. We both enjoyed our time in those seats.
Yeah, good move. Keep running it back. Hopefully she's there next time you go.
I'm gonna have to report back next time we're at the Salt Shed. We got a couple more, concerts lined up this year, but I like the move, and now I kind of want to do it, even though I am the noted ageist of the group and I make fun of old people. I'm getting tired, man. I'm old.
Okay, wait. Here's another question. Did those seats come with any premium bathroom?
No, same access, same bar, same bathroom access. It's just very nice seats.
Okay.
I like it.
Before we get into some Sox talk, guys, I want something I brought up. Had this up for a while, and it was the most unbreakable records in pro sports, and they got 5 each for all the 4 major sports. And I wanted to ask you guys, if we go through each sport, which one do you think is the most likely to get broken? And we'll read these out real quick. MLB, it's Cy Young's 749 complete games, Cal Ripken's 2632 consecutive games, Nolan Ryan's 5,714 strikeouts, Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hit streak, and Barry Bonds' 232 walks in a season. And I'm going to say number 4, the hit streak. I think that one's probably the most breakable out of all of these.
It's only the most break. I think all of these are impossible. I think only the NFL because of the, the added game. And even that, I'm still not convinced. When you sent this list, I'm like, shit, I don't know if any of these are between load management and all of these sports. And like just the way athletes are kind of winding down, like they're not. I mean, pitchers are barely throwing 100 pitches a game, like at best. And like I'm looking at the strikeouts for Nolan Ryan and the complete games for Cal Ripken. Like none of these are even possible. The Barry Bonds ones is silly. So I think only just by default, it's 56 game hit streak, and when's the last time somebody even came close? It's just not.
I think someone got like 40 or something.
Wasn't Ichiro doing it for a while? I think.
Yeah, he got to like 40 or something, like 40 something, and then.
So for the baseball, I'm with you, Jay. I think it's number 4, the 56 game hit streak, but these are tough, man. The NFL ones are maybe a little bit more feasible because of the extra games. We might get to 18 games next.
Yeah. Well, if Goodell has his way, he's going to make the players go year round.
Yeah, Pete Rose got the 44. It's no one's been close.
Yeah. NFL 22. Oh, it's basically 23,000 career reception yards by Jerry Rice, 81 career interceptions by Paul Krause, 18,355 career rush yards by Emmitt Smith, 4 consecutive Super Bowl losses by the Bills, and 7 quarterback or Super Bowl wins from Tom Brady. I think those NFL ones are. I don't know if anyone's ever going to do what the Bills did and lose 4 Super Bowls. I don't think. I think
Josh Allen might again.
He's getting good at it.
I think maybe we might have someone who does the quarterbacks, but maybe for this one, I would say probably Emmitt Smith, just because rushing isn't as prominent as it was back in the day.
Yeah. So now I feel like the NFL is flipping. Like you see it with Sean McVay, and now we talked about it with Rob Schwartz. The NFL is kind of morphing from it was a passing league. Now it is a passing league, but there's a lot of the 3 tight end sets and stuff like that. Eventually, it's gonna flip again, and where it's gonna be running heavy. Like this goes in waves. So if it's running heavy and there's an 18 game or like somebody that's like playing for a decade, the Emmitt Smith one is very possible. The one in my head, I think 5 for sure. Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson, 8 Super Bowls, simple.
I had him pegged at 6.
6,
just short.
Short. Always the pessimist of the group.
Yeah.
Joey, Dougie, I'll ask you guys for the NHL ones. Gretzky career points at 2587. 11 Stanley Cup wins by Henry Richard, 502 consecutive games at goalie by Glenn Hall, 139 points by a defenseman in the season, Bobby Orr, and 183 assists per season by Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky holds 2 of those NHL records, which is crazy. But from you guys, which one do you think is the most breakable?
It's tough. Like these are like so out there. It's outlandish. Probably the defenseman. The defenseman in points, but even that's a stretch. I mean, to get 100 points total in the season in the NHL is hard enough as it is.
Lev Shanov's not getting there.
This fucking guy.
No, pal.
Yeah.
Damn, Joey P failed me.
The most unachievable one, obviously, is the consecutive goalie games. That is just ridiculous. Like especially with the way the schedules are now. I mean, goalies have like every third game off, so like that'll never ever happen again. I agree with Joey. I think the defenseman Bobby Orr's record is probably the most achievable. 11 Stanley Cup wins. I mean, even if you're one of those guys that just finds himself Robert Horry style, like on teams and just, winning, like 11, being in the league for 11 seasons is hard enough, let alone 11, that's like, it was just original 6 times, where, we had 1 in 6 shot of winning a fucking Stanley Cup, so. But yeah, I gotta go with Joey. I believe that if any of them are any near achievable, I'm gonna go defenseman.
Where's Ovechkin on the career points? I know he's got the goals, but where's he at in points?
I don't know where he's at career points, to be honest with you.
I would be shocked if he's anywhere near Gretzky. Like he'll probably end up, he just doesn't get as many assists, right? Like that's the whole thing. He scores, right. And he'll tally assists because just he's on the ice and he's good. But like it's just the fact of like Gretzky was doing both at the same time. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, dude, those Oiler teams were just ridiculous.
And then NBA, 50.4 points per game from Wilt Chamberlain, 15,800 career assists by John Stockton, 24,000 career rebounds from Wilt Chamberlain, 43,000 career points by LeBron James, and 1,200 consecutive games by AC Green. I think probably one day LeBron's points record will be broken, but the way the NBA is now, I think Stockton's assist record and the consecutive games are pretty safe to never be broken.
Yeah, even the LeBron thing, like, that somebody's gonna have to play for 2 decades, and it's possible, right? Somebody comes out early, he's young, and he's a Steph Curry type that stays healthy and just shoots lights out. I could see that, like that the possibilities there, but yeah, a lot of these, like, yeah, I mean, do they even tally assists anymore in the NBA? They should start.
Yeah.
They should do the opposite and do the hockey thing. You got to do secondary assists.
Yeah.
Just in case you were wondering, Ovechkin difference in points is about 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah, he's sitting at
that's closer than I thought, to be honest. And I know that's ridiculous.
1,687 points.
Damn. EC Green was allegedly adverse. I mean, to play all those consecutive games, he had to be. It's almost like the boxer rule, right? No sex before a big fight. Apparently, AC Green was living by that rule.
He was the originator of load management.
Muy bien, Joey. He's of the 4 that we're looking at, the 4 sports, it's Jerry Rice and Emmitt Smith only because of the added games that the NFL are probably going to get to. Once you get to 18 games and, only like 1 or 2 preseason games, some of those records are going to be funky.
Yep.
Maybe then the Bears will get to 3,000 passing yards.
Maybe.
Yeah,
all right.
That's crazy.
That's sport records. All right. Let's get to some White Sox talk now, guys. And as always, we know our White Sox kind of is fueled by TasteRealChicago.com. Stop into Taste Real Chicago online. Get yourself some beef kits, some muffaletta, some jardinere, some seasoning, some merch, all the good stuff to make your food 100 times better. And don't forget, tell them the bum sent you when you stop in and get yourself a nice sandwich from JP Graziano's.
I've been craving a Mr. G real bad.
I know, right? And soon.
I know. We'll talk about that at the end of White Sox talk. But I talked about being in the city for the Salt Shed a couple times. I thought about swinging by before and picking up a Mr. G, even if it's for like pick it up and then eat it on the drive home for like late night snack or something. Ooh, I might have to do that. I've been craving a Mr. G since opening day, basically.
Yep.
You can utilize your burrito sleeve.
Oh yeah, Jason, you got me a burrito sleeve from San Diego, right?
Yep.
I'm looking at it right now. It's in that drawer.
It works for sandwiches too. They're both the same shape.
Now it's a Mr. G sleeve. I'm gonna, we're gonna make some content out of that, Dougie. That's a great idea.
The old G sleeve,
the old G string.
All right, so Sox had a good week. They won 5 in a row before losing to the Padres yesterday. But again, the dominance of Western teams continues. They took 2 out of 3 from the Athletics, 2 out of 3 from the Diamondbacks, swept the Angels, 2 out of 3 from the Padres. They got the Angels, which are a very beatable team. They're in complete disarray. So I'm going to be kind of disappointed when they stop playing against West Coast teams. Maybe Seattle, I'm not going to enjoy it that much. But as of right now, and the Dodgers, I'm really enjoying it because I didn't think, I would have been happy if the Sox took 1 game against San Diego. The fact that they took 2 out of 3 and almost swept them was like, damn, like, okay, they went from being like just like unwatchable to like now I feel like they're must see, in my opinion.
Fun to watch.
They're fun to watch. But I want to get your guys' thoughts on the great, week that the Sox had from winning 5 in a row against West Coast teams.
Yeah, it's great, like you mentioned, because it's must watch, even when you can't. Like on Saturday, I was out and I'm still refreshing the Score app. I'm still loading up, the CHSN app. If I'm, in the bathroom or something, trying to catch a score. Like, yeah, you don't want to miss. You don't want to miss a game. And the last 2 times they've lost. I mean, the last 2 weeks they've only lost. They lost. They should have won on Sunday. Even that Nationals game, they lost by 1 run. Their last 2 losses have been really close. You could argue they could have both gone. They've gone both ways. That was exciting. Like, they're in all of these games. They're winning most of them. It's been a fun watch, like you mentioned, and hopefully that streak continues, because, like we mentioned, like, the first week was scary, and obviously you can't judge everything by the first week, but a lot of those games were unwatchable, and we're rehashing the very same things of last 2-3 seasons. But it finally feels like they are turning a corner. I think the vibes are high, and obviously when you win, the vibes are high both in the dugout and post-game press conferences, and obviously everyone's got the win videos, whether it's Missy and Southside Behavior, or like everyone's got like their thing now where it's like, oh, they win, let's do this, and it's fun. It's really fun. So hopefully they just carry that on into the middle of the summer, because like we've mentioned, all we've cared about from the beginning, I mean, besides actually winning ball games, is like throwing tailgates that, like, when games matter, right? I said the end all be all goal is to throw a playoff game, tailgate. And who knows if that's going to happen this year. But with the news of Tariq Skubal going down, that's a huge blow to the Tigers. This AL Central, man, is wide open. And I'm not saying that the Sox are going to be able to continue this for the next, 5 months, but why not? Why not? Why not us? Like the AL Central stinks, and they're just one of the cogs in that wheel. With Skubal being gone, that opens up a lot.
Yeah. Sox were 1 win away from having a 500 month. If they won that game against the Angels or Athletics, or I'm sorry, the Nationals, or the Athletics, you're talking a 500 month of baseball, right? And when was the last time we saw this team at 500? So it's good times. It's positive vibes, and now we have a pretty, our, like, the May is, going to be, a little more challenging, I would say, especially with, you got the Cubs, you got Seattle, you got to beat LA, but then you have, Seattle, and then you finally start getting, like, you get the Cubs, they're red hot, and then you start getting into, like, the division games, right? You got Kansas City, you got Minnesota, you got Detroit, like, so there are some good West Coast teams in there, but now the division games are going to start. Now this is where the Sox have to prove if they're, put up or shut up time, right? Because we're beating teams that probably people think we're not supposed to. But we only played 4 games against our division. So Sox right now being 1.5 games out of first place. Holy shit, right? Third place in division, but that's just indicative to how bad the AL Central is right now, right? It's not because Sox are barn burners by any means, but the fact that we're still going into May right now, starting May, 1.5 games out of first place, 2 games under 500. That's a win in my book, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, we haven't once yet seen the White Sox have been eliminated from playoff contention yet. I mean, dude, that thing was flying around all last April. I mean, so it's awesome to just be excited again, or at least, palatable baseball, as we've been saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've got a team now that's, in their last 10 games gone 7-3. And like you said, Jay, climbing the standings, or the mediocre standings that the AL Central is. But it's always good when your team's winning, right? It's an awesome feeling. We've missed this since 2021, this kind of feeling. So vibes are high. We're just going to have to watch these boys take care of the division, like you said, Jason, because those are the matchups I only care about. this whole month of May. And of course, the Cubs. Who cares about them, right?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, Jay, you brought up the schedule, and it does get tougher, right? Mariners again, and then division games with the Royals and stuff like that. But the saving grace, or the thing I'm looking forward to, is something we mentioned a couple weeks ago, is like, even when they're playing bad, now you got guys that might be stopgaps to those losing streaks, right? Davis Martin's still pitching awesome. Eric Fetty showed up out of nowhere, where I was like, oh, look how Fetty's back. And then, like Noah Schultz is now coming into his own, where like he's showing people something, and he's not a complete pitcher by any means. But the fact that, like, besides the start of that first game, which we talked about, like, he looks like he could hold his own. Like, he knows he could get people out. He's not even striking people out, but he's ground ball down to hell. Like, he's just like getting people to ground out, double plays, all of that stuff. Those are the stopgaps. Those are what good teams have. And I'm not saying they're a good team yet, but they are a better team. And like, that's where the 6-game losing streaks only, now it's only a 3-game losing streak or a 2-game losing streak, or now, we're winning 5 in a row. Like, this is, it's good shit on the south side of Chicago.
Yeah. And to go back to what you guys were kind of talking about with the whole, like, West Coast, I mean, dude, it didn't matter in the past whether we were world beaters or not world beaters. Anytime we went to the West Coast, we sucked. I mean, it was just one of those deals to where it was like our kryptonite. And
the Oakland Coliseum was a fucking vortex. Yeah,
dude. Yeah, I mean, it sucked.
But we own Sacramento, baby.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Minor league parks, we dominate. But I mean, it's refreshing. It's nice, because I mean, there was nothing worse than A1, those games starting super late, and then A2, you staying up with the hope, thinking that they were going to win or at least be competitive, and then they suck. So now it's nice. It's a nice little refreshing, like, hey, maybe that little West Coast night is gone. I'm happy with that.
And I will say, now that, like, they've had 2 good stretches on the West Coast to start the year, like you mentioned, Dougie, it was like a chore to stay up and watch those games back. West Coast games are fun when White Sox Twitter is kind of doing their thing, and everyone's staying up late, dropping memes, having a couple drinks. It's like it's a fun time. It's not necessarily the cesspool that people called it. It was like, we're having good times over here on White Sox Twitter. So the West Coast games, at least the last couple of weeks, have been fun as hell.
Yeah. Dude, the like the vibe on that whole thing is like when, like, you're supposed to be sleeping, but you're like reading the comic book underneath the sheets with the flashlight or whatever. You better not be watching the Sox in the bedroom. No, I'm not. I'm going to sleep.
First pitch is starting right now for the White Sox against the A's. So hopefully you'll stick with us and put the game on mute and join us while we still talk some baseball here. We got a lot to talk about.
Danny Reyes says they have technical difficulties on CHSN. Hopefully, Jerry forgot to pay the light bill. Maybe stay on the BumCast a little longer until they figure their shit out.
The gas prices, he probably didn't pay the TV truck to get all the way to Sacramento.
Anaheim.
Yeah.
Or Anaheim, yeah.
All right, so one thing I want to talk to you guys about and get your opinions on. Obviously, Munetake, awesome, right? Hits the 3-run bomb on Friday to get the Sox to lead against San Diego. He's tied for first with Aaron Judge right now, of all people, Aaron Judge. So hey, that's good company, right? For home runs with 13, he's fourth in AL, tied for fourth in AL for RBIs. So there's Sox fans, we just can't, like, and I feel like we're not in this bucket, but there's a lot of just the people who don't want to have fun, who just want to be miserable, and they're like, well, we gotta start talking about trading Mooney because he's not gonna resign. And then there's the people who are like, well, you got to approach him now, see if you can get an extension, before his contract runs up, or people are like waiting to the All-Star break. I want to know where you guys stand, and I'm guessing we're not on the trade Mooney bandwagon, but do you think the Sox now should approach him for a contract extension if he's open to it? Again, it takes 2 parties here. Or should they wait a little longer, maybe All-Star break or after the season, to see how things play out?
I'm going to say All-Star break. All-Star break 100%. You have to get a bigger sample size than what we've seen right now. Okay. He's still batting, low 200s right now. I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm just saying, like, I want to see the trend continue. Everything looks great. I will tell you this: if it does continue and he is who we think he is, if the White Sox don't re-sign him, that's a breaking point for me. Like, that is like a true like contention. Like,
you're on the White Sox Dave wagon.
Dude, I mean,
burn it all down.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you've got the chance, I mean, think about how Anaheim fans have to feel seeing Ohtani continually strive and be better, and knowing that he was on the team. Would you guys be able to live with that?
I would be okay with it if the Sox made a great effort and not like a lowball Jerry contract. Like, if they made a very good, like, Ishbia influenced effort to say, we're going to give him a fair market, a contract for his caliber.
Yeah.
And he said, no, I want to hold out or go to, the Dodgers or the Yankees, because he wants to play with Shohei, or, he wants to be in the big city, New York. I'll be pissed, but at least if the Sox like try to make an effort, I won't be like burn it all down.
So you're cool with the seat at the table?
I don't know. I don't want to because, like, yeah, I mean, it's the old Rick Hahn shit, right? But then, when you actually learn about those deals, about how Rick Hahn like lowballed fucking, Machado by $30 million. Well, you can make more, but our deal is better because you can potentially make more instead of having the money already. Like, fuck him and his stupid lawyer talk.
Yeah.
But but like, if they said, we'll give you 7 years, $300 million, right? And the Dodgers are coming at like 9 for 450 or something, right? Then I can't be pissed about it, but like, I want the Sox to at least go all in on this and not give him a $35 million contract.
Right.
I think that they definitely have to make the move to extend him, because it'll be all the leverage he needs to make all the bank he can from the White Sox before the lockout. Because after the lockout, you don't know what contracts are going to look like. So I think that if he's trying to get his big payday, it would be wise for Mooney to sign with the Sox. But when that happens, it might be the off season. Might need a whole season under his belt just to prove his worth, that he's deserving of that extended contract.
Yeah, I guess the big hanging question mark is Justin Ishbia, right? I for some reason, the Ken Rosenthal piece, when he first announced that he was, in line to buy the White Sox, came up on my feed randomly. I don't remember if it was TikTok or Twitter, but Jerry still has say in this until 2029, maybe 2032. Now, it does seem like Justin Ishbia is being more proactive, and he does have his hands in things, because Chris Getz and White Sox brass said that Ishbia did have a role in the Munetaka Murakami signing from the beginning. Mm-hmm. That being said, Murakami signed, Getz admitted it, like, he just fell into their laps. This is like found money for them. So I guess it really depends on how Munetaka Murakami and his team wants to go about this, because look at how he plays in the West Coast. He might be comfortable playing in the West Coast. He might want to go to San Diego or LA, Seattle, or anywhere where there's, a bigger Japanese, community. Yeah. But we don't know. Like, he might see what Justin Ishbia, Chris Getz, and everyone's building. He might see that, the White Sox have a, budding farm system, and he might want to be here for the long haul. Like everything coming out of the White Sox right now is kind of good news, right? Stadium deals or possible stadium deals, and, Rock Chalowski and everything else. There's a chance Munetaka Murakami wants to be a part of something and build something, because he didn't have that. His team in Japan was bad. He was, well, from all accounts, from all like the internet explains to people, they were basically like the White Sox of the Japanese league. So
Spider-Man meme.
Yes. So it depends, man. I guess it depends, but I like where your head's at, Joey. We don't know. The lockout is kind of a fucky thing, not only for Murakami and that signing, but just the White Sox development as a whole. I don't want to compare it to the 90s White Sox because they were ready to win, and that lockout really fucked them up.
Yeah.
But it just seems like, like this team is, trending in the right direction, and a work stoppage is going to fuck. I mean, and it's going to fuck a lot of things up for the rest of the league, but it's like, man, it's tough to be like, yeah, let's pull the trigger on, a $200,000 signing, $300,000 signing when you don't know what the future is a year from now.
Yeah. I think too, kind of like fingers crossed that I don't want to say like hometown discount, but that like maybe like Japanese are like as a population of people's like they're very loyal and stuff. So maybe he shows some loyalty to the Sox for taking a chance on him and giving him that opportunity to have that, to be in the big leagues. And, maybe money isn't everything to him. We don't know. And obviously he still is going to want to get paid, but maybe it's, I'm comfortable here. You guys gave me an opportunity. I'm going to reward that. I also think that the Sox need to do kind of a better job of like trying to embrace the Japanese community and culture, because you see that a lot with when Ichiro was, in Seattle. You see it with the Dodgers, right? I don't see that kind of stuff with Sox right now. And you could even make an extent. You saw it like, years ago with the Cubs when they brought Fuck You Do Me to the Fukudomi. To the Cubs. Like you saw like that there was a lot with that. For the Sox, I feel like it's the marketing with that and the public relations with that is kind of just bare minimum. He got a bidet, but besides that, it's nothing compared to what Seattle and Dodgers have done.
Yeah, there was a bigger question mark here than, like Ichiro was a proven star. Ohtani was a proven star. Now, he was a, MVP in the Japanese league and a home run leader in the Japanese league, but there was still a big question mark. So, like, knowing who's running the White Sox, and Jason, we know a little bit of the back end of stuff. Do you think they're going to be proactive on a guy that we don't know? Like, we didn't know what was going to happen. Like, obviously he's tearing the league. Like no one expected this, but now they're playing catch up. I agree with you, Jay. There should be more of I like the Japanese lettering on the jersey. That's a good touch. There needs to be more of that stuff, more things to kind of bring the cultures together. Because like I've talked about, like White Sox Twitter and Japanese White Sox fan Twitter or the Swallows Twitter is like one big happy family right now. The White Sox should be fostering all of that. And I think they will. Obviously, they're behind the 8 ball a little bit, but he's only been here for 2 weeks, and we didn't know he was going to be this good. Nobody did. Our best projection was 34 home runs, and hopefully he's shattering that.
Yeah, but I mean that's to your guys' point. That's me and Peter on the way to the new food tastings. We were throwing things back and forth. Like, what are they going to do? They're going to do some kind of Japanese theme something. And when we got there and there was like nothing, that was like one of the first things me and Peter said at the table when we started, like, how do they not have anything? Like I understand like printing like a bobblehead or some kind of promotion, something like that. Like that shit takes time. You got to order it. You got to do that. Chefs come up with stuff like that, and I understand like they got to mass produce it and they got to make it make sense money wise and everything like that. But dude, they could have easily done some kind of spur of the moment. Hey, this is our new this, but they didn't,
You're telling me that like
Mune milkshake.
Yeah. Well, that's what we were talking about. We're like, do they go what's it called? The green tea flavor or whatever, green
tea. Yeah. Matcha or something.
Matcha.
You get like Pete's Market, Jewel. They got sushi guys there making fresh sushi at the deli. You're telling me you can't get someone to do sushi bar in the stadium club? I mean,
something.
Easy stuff.
Easy stuff. You know, I mean, they don't
Sake
even have
bombs.
to do that. Dude, I mean, they could do like a fucking rice bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something super easy, man. Like, you know, fucking Japanese Chipotle or some bullshit, you know, but like they just didn't, you know, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, that was perfect. You had all the media, like, as much as like they did the whole like thing at the Ramova, you know, with him, you know, like him on the video and all that good stuff. And it was like, oh, this, yes, yeah. But then like you got this and you have all these news stations there. Why not have something Japanese? Be like, hey, look at what we got, you know, to welcome our, you know, whatever.
Yep. Nope. All right. So yeah, we'll see how the debate goes throughout the season. If there's actually start being rumors, but yeah, I think maybe it'll be All-Star break if they start talking.
And to be honest, I'm going to give White Sox fans a pass because the sky's always falling with us. We're expecting the worst. So like, I understand that like White Sox content creators or the beat reporters or just like the big, more, you know, established people, they're going to be talking about, you know, whether or not the trade or resign and everything like that. What I don't want to hear is what someone in the comments was talking about it. I think it was JT. Other fans and their grubby little fingers trying to pull Murakami from us because we're already seeing it with the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Padres, all of these, even the Cubs. All these motherfuckers are assuming that like they're just going to be able to poach them. It's very much the same joke I talk about all the time where like I can make fun of my sisters. You can't make fun of my sister. Like, we could talk about Murakami leaving or not. You guys can't. Like, get the fuck out of here, Dodgers fan.
Yeah. But, you know, to close this whole thing up, like, I really hope that he wants to be the superstar on the team and not go to a team full of superstars. You know, I want him to be the focus or whatever. I want him to be a little selfish. You know, I want him to be that guy on our team.
And
the cornerstone.
Cornerstone for sure. But it's also, Jason, you mentioned it, and you didn't really say, like, hopefully he gives us a hometown discount. Hopefully he earns every fucking penny he deserves, and the White Sox are willing to pay for it and shut us up about the $100 million contracts and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I don't want to say it's a hometown discount, but more of like, hey, you guys gave me a chance. I'm gonna reward you guys taking a chance on me. You know,
well, maybe he's going to demand that, you know, they also give an extension to his best friend, Colson Montgomery. I mean, that's his fellow Mash brother.
Hey, at this point, Colson's staying too. So, all right,
nobody's going anywhere.
Yeah. All right, we got a couple more Sox topics here. Next up, second game in a row now. Sam Antonacci at the leadoff spot. Are we in or out on the Paisan leading off the lineup here? I'm all in on it.
We talked about, you know, Venable tinkering with the lineup and we said he needs more consistency. I'm okay with him tinkering with the leadoff spot for a while, but I do like Antonacci leading off. I don't like him making the bonehead mistakes like him running that red light and getting called out.
He already scored. Sox are up 2-0 right now.
Okay, so
Myjoff singled, Benintendi singled, and Antonacci scored. So,
and don't get me wrong, I like this team being aggressive because we talked about house money and like you kind of have to push the pedal to the metal. And I understand people don't like when White Sox bunts, and I don't either. But every once in a while, you got to test somebody, or you kind of have to like make something happen. And I like that Sam Antonacci is trying to do that. It was just him running that red light. I was like, oh, you didn't have to be that aggressive. It's like you got to be aggressive within reason. Almost the same thing we talk about with Ben Johnson and the trick plays and the going for it on fourth down. If he's going to do it all the time, fine. We got to get used to it. But like, keep people guessing. So if Antonacci is going to be aggressive, just tone it down a little bit. So it's not like, you know, he was not even close to being safe on that play. I was like, take it easy, man.
I think honestly though, that was kind of best case scenario was that he blows that stop sign and he's out. So now he'll be a little bit more hesitant next time to blow a stop sign. You know, you go ahead and you blow a stop sign and you prove that third base coach wrong, then you're doubting him every time he throws up that stop sign at you, you know?
Yeah. But he did draw a leadoff walk and then came around to score. So I he came up the other day, he got the game tying triple. and that helped the Sox win in extras. But yeah, I really think that him being leadoff, and then if when Kyle Teo comes back, he's in the 2-hole, and then you got Murakami, Vargas, Montgomery. That's good. That's Sox boner for me right there.
Hell yeah, baby, Sox boner.
Yeah. All right. Next one here. The Sox today, they signed Randall Grishek. I'm gonna hope for the Grishek. I don't know. 1 year, $1.2 million. But they also threw on. So he's outfielder that they claimed off from the Yankees. I should mention that. 34 years old. But they put Austin Hayes back on the injured list.
Yeah.
Austin Hayes, who was this year's Mike Troutman, just can't stay healthy. Got the hamstrings and everything.
Mike Troutman.
Talkman. Like Talkman.
Yes, I like that. No, I like that. I like that. I like Mike. I like Mike Troutman. I like that one.
You just made it, guy. I like it.
I can't talk sometimes. I'm trying to.
That's the Chicago in us. That Mike Troutman.
He lives on Washington Boulevard.
Yeah. Okay. So Randall comes over, $1.25 million contract. Austin Hayes goes on the IL. And a lot of people, when they saw that signing, were thinking maybe he replaces Acuna, who had probably the worst strikeout you could possibly imagine to end a ball game, swinging at a pitch 4 feet outside the zone. And his stat line is not good. Looks like obviously you weren't going to get much for Luis Robert in a trade, but he looks like a AAA guy. He's not ready. So I want to get with the Randall signing here. Is Acuna's time? Is he on borrowed time now that when Hayes comes back, he's getting back down to Charlotte? Or getting sent to Charlotte?
Should he get sent to Charlotte? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen? No, because I would assume Chris Gattel has a little bit more pride than that. And he might have to, swallow some of that pride if he gets sent down. I do think it's time for him to get sent down when Brandon Montgomery gets up. And we'll probably talk about that in a little bit. Hopefully his stint in AAA is short and sweet. And if that's the case, then we're talking about it. But I don't think this move necessarily means that Acuna is getting sent down. I think they're going to have a long rope with him, even though he's shown nothing. He's bad.
Yeah. All right. And the last piece before we get to the farm report here, Drew Romo. He looks like a great backup catcher. He's got 3 home runs right now. He had a 2 home run game last week. My question to you guys: when Kyle Teo comes back, is he the new backup and Edgar Carroll's odd man out the way he's been playing?
No, because they got that bobblehead coming.
The bobblehead. Yep.
that bobblehead's ruining everything. I said it. We said it from the beginning. Probably. It should probably happen. If Drew Romo, and now we're talking about, everyone's claiming all of the Antonacci, Kyle Teo for the Pisons. Joey P. Drew Romo, one of us. He's on that hermano.
Yes. Exactly.
So I'm happy for his success. Now we're gonna be bringing the Mexico flag with Johnny's Italian ass and my Sox Summer holding up the Italian flag. The 108's gonna look like the UN by the end of the night. Or by the end of like USA flags and all kinds of flags. But to be honest, dude, we were all very high on Edgar Carroll, and it just seems like something's off. I've seen just little bit of tea leaves of he's dealing with injury, he's banged up.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, man, hopefully a quick stint in the minors, or even the infamous Colton Montgomery minor stint.
I was gonna say the 15-day.
Oh, the phantom get healthy IL stint. Something to get his mind a slump buster. I teased it last week. We got to get it warm, and maybe he hits the playpen for a couple of days on a boat. Maybe that gets him right. But no, man, I'm excited about Drew Romo. He fucking can hit the ball. He's got a little bit of pop to his bat. So yeah, if that means Kyle Teo and Romo hold down the fort, and then Carroll gets back, eventually, that's great. I mean, it's never a bad thing to have 3 good catchers, although We talked about and complained about this last year about the 3-catcher situation. But for the time being, I think it's a good for Caro to get his mind right.
Yeah. He's got a 1,200 slugging percentage.
Well, yeah. Now. How many games has he like?
Well, he's got 5. He's 5 games, so he's on a 10 at bats. But he's got 3 home runs and off those, so he's got some pop. But yeah, I think he might. I think it's. I don't know if Carroll's going to get sent down, but I think he's going to get the stint and then get a chance to
get his mind
right.
Right. He needs
and
a rest.
Not, and then by then, because like I said, Kyle Tito has not started his rehab assignment yet. The bobblehead will be done by the time everything is ready.
JT makes a great point. Tio's going to be DHing a lot of the time he's up. Like I don't think they're going to he's going to be up and then immediately he's starting catcher, 4 or 5 days a week. That's probably not the case.
Yeah.
But then you got to think too. I mean, we're 6 weeks into the season, and Carroll's playing like literally almost every day. So a lot of it is true about he's got to have nagging injuries or something along those lines.
Yeah,
but he needs some rest.
Such shoulder. I don't know. We'll see.
He needs some rest. Then he'll be fine.
All right, guys, it's time. It's time for Down the Farm with HBIC. Time to give you the week recap of our prospects. And there was some good, there was some bad. We'll start with the good news, and that's like Peter, you mentioned earlier, Braden Montgomery. He got promoted, #promote. He is hitting Charlotte now. I mean, he had like Braden Montgomery for the season in Birmingham hit 304 with a 448 on base, 556 slugging. He had 2 home runs. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong stat there. Apologies. 313 on the season with 427 on base, 6 home runs, 22 RBIs. He did strike out 32 times and he had 21 walks. So he is drawing some nice walks. But strikeouts are still an issue for Braden. But the hitting is obviously there. The power is there. And we need a right fielder really, really bad. So
right.
Get him in Charlotte and let's see what he can do. And hopefully, best case scenario, August. Maybe in second best case, September call up. But
All-Star?
Post All-Star that would break? Be nice. Yeah, that would be if he continues to hit.
So that's the thing is like, you don't want to rush things. We've seen the Andrew Vaughns of the world. You definitely don't want to rush things. But I saw, and this was something Josh Nelson was talking about a couple weeks ago about how, especially for pitchers, but I'll make the comparison to the hitters right now. The way Charlotte is lined up right now, it wouldn't be bad if it's just like a quick 3-4 week stint to get him acclimated. If he's hot, boom, up. Get that confidence and like strike while the iron's hot.
He's probably considered the most well-rounded prospect in their system. So he's major league ready.
And you know what I like about him? I saw 2 different interviews with him. One was recently, but the first one I thought about was like beginning during spring training. And I don't know who it was. I wanted the bum of the week him at the time. But Braden Montgomery was so confident in his ability, and he talked about being like a multi-time All-Star and like a Hall of Famer. And the person interviewing him just started laughing, like if it was like not possible or something. I'm like, what the fuck was this? But he's like ready for the big show. Like the way he carries himself, the way he talks, like you could tell there's like a presence about it. And that's what's like, if he's like I mentioned, strike while the iron's hot. Now, if he struggles and obviously it looks like he regresses, then it's a longer stay, and maybe it's August, September, maybe it's next year. But I do think there is a viable scenario, especially the way this outfield is playing, where like they're looking for a stopgap, they're looking for another Antonacci type of help us, and that he's gonna be the guy.
Yeah. All right, so I know we usually start at lower A, but since we're talking about him, this was his stat line for his final week in Birmingham. He went 7 for 23, 304, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, 5 walks, 6 Ks. Like I said, the strikeouts are an issue. Hopefully he can, work on that, fix it a little bit in Charlotte. But he's going to strike out, right? We're going to have to accept that. But he's got power. He's got an arm, and we need a guy we need a good arm in right field.
Yeah.
So all right. So let's start. That was the good. There's a little more. There's a little more good, but it's a whole lot of bad this week, guys.
Right.
We're gonna start off with Billy Carlson. He only hit 3 slapdick shots this week for hit 136. So he had a great previous week, but Billy Carlton in low A down in Kannapolis, not a good week. Just 3 singles.
Right.
Caleb Bottomer though, he stays hot. He went 8 for 23, hit 348, 4 home runs, 8 RBIs, 7 walks. He did strike out 10 times, but I'm gonna take 4 home runs.
Yeah.
Any day of the week. So 4 home runs a week. I'm gonna say he's had like strings now of like hot weeks. I think Braden gets called up. I think Bottomer is gonna be taking his place in Birmingham.
Okay.
Because they're both. I mean, it's a roster spot, right? They're right field shortstop, but I think he's gonna be taking his roster spot.
The 348's for the week, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 348 for the week with 4 home runs. I'll take that. Like I'd ignore the at that point, ignore the strike.
Yeah, for
we're doing it with Moone. Ignore him.
Yeah, year to date on the season, he's hitting 289, but he's got 11 home runs and 27 RBIs, and he's 26 games, so he's hitting a home run almost every 2.5 games, and hitting an RBI a game, basically. So yeah, he's ready for some advanced.
Sam is giving us the updates. I need those updates because I don't have my screens up right now.
Yes, yeah. Romo walked, and see, I like the paisan on top of the lineup here.
No, he's not. He's not a paisan. He's a paisano or hermano. We're gonna have to figure something out. Yeah, he's gonna be an hermano.
No, I'm talking about Antonacci.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about. Oh no, Romo walk. Don't. This is Mexican erasure right here. Romo walk started the rally. So,
all right. Next up, we got Kobe Shelton. He had a down week after having a couple of hot red weeks. 4 for 21, hit 192 doubles, 8 walks, 8 Ks. So again, these guys got to work on their strikeouts. But down week for Colby. I'm sure he's still red hot on the season, hitting 366 for the year. He'll be in Birmingham very shortly as well. All right, we did Brady Montgomery. We're going back to Birmingham on the pitching side. Christian Opor, Opor, 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 walks, and only 1 K. So he had some control issues, but 2 earned runs ain't bad. But kind of inflates the ERA a bit. But he had a really good week. Little dip, but keep it going.
But isn't this now the second week in a row he's improved upon from his start? Okay, I'll take it. Incremental.
Yeah, it's a little frightening though. 4 innings with only 1 strikeout, which means that they're getting contact on that ball. So,
yeah, 100%. All right, now we have to go to the bad of Charlotte right now. Winkleman Gonzalez, he's on the IL still. Shane Smith, he went 2 innings pitched. He gave up 1 hit, struck out 3, left with an injury. He's got a rotator cuff. He's going to be out for a few weeks. So another bad news for Shaner. Yeah. So we got Winkleman's hurt. Shane's hurt. And now we got Tanner McDougal hurt. He pitched 1 inning. What'd you do there, Peter? You got hurt now?
I'm sorry. I'm playing injured now too.
Oh my God, he's bleeding.
You've been talking this whole time, and this is your segment. I don't want to derail it. You do a great job every week. But while you're talking, I was just picking at like a scab I had. And now I look like Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania. So
you look like Andrew Shaw when we won the Stanley Cup, and he's holding the cup in the air.
You're like you're on par with like all of the Charlotte players. They get hurt mid performance.
Oh, look at that! I'm gonna clean myself up. You keep going.
With a blade job.
But yeah, so Tanner McDougal pitched 1 inning, came out with a forearm. So So not good with that.
No.
It's that never a good sign when you have a forearm injury. And
no, you hate to hear forearm.
Yeah, especially after one inning pitched. So, and then the last one we got for the week, Hagen Smith. Get that comment out of there. He had 2 starts, 2 starts for the week. He went 7 innings, gave up 2 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 home run, 6 walks, 9 Ks. So it's across 2 starts, right? But again, it's 3, and this was a lot. I saw James Fox and Sean W. Anderson and Danny Miller, they're all going back and forth about Hagen Smith. He's not coming up to, if he's calling up, he's not coming up to be a starter. He's not pitching deep enough. And I know
that's okay.
I know coming up to be a reliever.
Yeah. Do the crochet route.
Yes.
The Chris Sale route.
Yeah. James Fox is saying that he's going to come up and just make him pitch 5 innings and everything. He's only pitching like 60 pitches a game. You're going to like make him throw additional 80, 90 pitches. You're going to, that's just kind of reckless if you ask me.
You're going to hurt him.
Yeah, like if he's only pitching 4 innings max each start, and they're capping his pitches, he's going to be long relief. It's simple as that. Like, I don't know why they don't want to make him go further, but that's an active decision that the Sox are making. And you would like to see this like 7 innings as one line. I mean, obviously not the walks and the but 3.5 innings a game is not gonna cut it. So. As a starter, especially how bad this bullpen is.
Yeah, that's where I'm saying. Like, if he still has a role on this team, even if it's not as a full-fledged starter. I don't like the Grant Taylor opener if like you're doing that route.
Yeah,
but like there's a couple guys in the bullpen that he could probably be better than. If he's your 6th, 7th inning guy, sign me up for that.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So that's all I got for this week. Down the farm. All righty. Peter, before we get to some headlines, we got to talk some little whiskey at Comiskey. We are less than 2 weeks away. We want to thank everyone who RSVP'd so far. We are, where are we at right now? I think we got about 100 RSVPs so far, guys.
Woo-wee.
Yeah,
those are
at the century mark.
Those will start ramping up, especially both teams are good right now. Yeah. I know we're all looking forward to this series, but I'm looking forward to just being back in Lot B. I feel like I missed the last homestand for the White Sox. I wanted to get to a couple games, I didn't. So I'm excited. I'm going to try to get to as many May games as I can, and I'm for sure going to be there. We're all going to be there May 16th. So I'm pumped. Yeah. I'm ready for the Mr. G's. I'm ready for some new off-hour beers that we're going to be teasing later this week.
Yep.
But we're excited for that.
Some favorites. You see our tweet. Some favorites are coming back, and they're going to be making an appearance on May 16th. And then we got Manuscrito coming back. We're going to be bringing the bourbon and we're just going to have a great time in Lot B. Vibes will be high. And we're gonna spank the Cubs.
Get those RSVPs in.
Mm-hmm.
I want to. I want to talk shit to Prez too. That'll be fun.
Always. Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Yep. All right, Peter. What we got for headlines?
We gotta wrap it up.
Oh, I gotta read it right. And as always, our White Sox content was fueled by TasteRealChicago.com. Stop in to Taste Real Chicago or JP Graziano's. Get yourself some sandwiches, some beef kits, some seasonings, some jardinera, some muffaletta, all the good stuff for your food needs.
And now we're ready for some headlines. First headline, we talked about this. I don't know how much we want to deep dive into it. Sam, you're in the comments. I'll give you a couple comments to talk about it. Joey P, you get 2 minutes on the clock. And it's the Bulls. The Bulls did some things.
Yeah. The Bulls have hired Atlanta's Hawks senior VP Bryson Graham as their new VP of operations. So Joey, thoughts as a former season ticket holder?
As a former season ticket holder, yeah, I'm a fan of this move. So from what I gather from this guy, Bryson Graham, he's only 39 years old, right? Young guy. He started in the NBA almost like when he was 21 years old, when he graduated. He played, I think, 3 years of ball down at Texas A&M, born and raised in San Antonio. Shout out our peoples down in San Antonio, Texas. But he got his bachelor's degree in sports management and immediately interned for New Orleans. And he was part of the Pelicans, worked his way up. He held literally like a dozen different positions until he eventually made his way through the Pelicans org to become GM. And then from there, he got poached over to Atlanta to be their senior vice president. And he really turned things around for Atlanta. So now that the Bulls have poached him, and I know I was reading a bit before we came on, Joe Cowley put out an article and said, read this. And they're talking about, Michael and Jerry Reinsdorf giving Mr. Graham here full reins, and money is not going to be an object or a problem. Now, I don't know if I believe that or not. There's a little bit of a track record, but I really hope it's true, because if you're going to let Bryson Graham come in and build a front office and a player development pool and give the Chicago Bulls a front office that is capable of actually scouting internationally, which is something, I don't know about this, the new kid, Noah Singh, that we got this year, if he's going to pan out or not. I think they were scouting in wrong places probably. But if the talent can be scouted and then properly developed, and they've got like an analytics department and everything else, because the Bulls, they've been the last 2 decades, been running a really thin front office. They're not really big in analytics and stuff like that. So this guy knows talent. He's an elite talent scout over his years, holding all those various positions. So the guy's good, got the goods. And obviously, there was somebody from Minnesota that was a former John Paxson guy that was with the Bulls, Matt Lloyd. So a lot of people thought he was a shoo-in, that Paxson was going to bring his guy back, but obviously this guy won the job. So kudos to him. So I'm going to be positive about this move.
There was a lot of talk over the weekend that Matt Floyd was the front runner for the job, and that it looked like he was going to be the next hire.
Right.
Either he bombed the interview, or Bryson Graham just really went above and beyond to impress, the brats, and they decided to pivot. Now, I guess time will tell if what actually happened. But I'm, like you said, I'm with you. I'm going to keep positive. I'm not going to, shit on the move just yet. I'll give him a couple of years to, make some picks, make some trades, see where his direction goes, and then we'll see if the Bulls have finally got it right after fucking 30 years.
I just want to see what the hell he's going to do with all these second-round picks.
Well, they got two first-round picks as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, they got two first. Yeah.
Two first-round picks and $1 billion second-round picks and supposedly an open wallet. You should be able to turn things around pretty quickly. I know, Dougie, me and you are shaking our head very similarly. I'm just stating the facts. I'm not believing what people are selling. But if those facts are there, you should be able to turn this around fairly quickly. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Next headline.
Next headline. It was all over this weekend. Golden Tempo wins the Kentucky Derby from first place to last place.
Yeah.
First female trainer ever to win the Kentucky Derby. It was an awesome race. I watched it at Goose Island. That place was going crazy. I had, Julie, noted fan of the Steelers, and I know it was the favorite, but Renegade, has a Steelers connection with the song, so we were hoping that Renegade won.
Yeah,
but
I had a 20 spot on Renegade to win. He could have been a nice, I think it was like a $140, $150 payout for him winning, and he was there, and then this motherfucker just came right at the last second.
So that's the thing. You can't even
cucked Renegade.
You can't even be mad that Renegade lost. At least I wasn't mad that Renegade lost. Just the way that Golden Tempo won. And
it's impressive. It is.
And it's just a cool story. I've never been into horse racing all that much. I thought it was really cool. Jason, you and I went to Churchill Downs when we did our bourbon trip, and I thought that was a very cool experience. Yep. And I do like watching the Derby. I think Julie really got into it this year because of Renegade and stuff like that.
It was the highest rated Derby.
So that was going to be my like question to you guys is, I guess Churchill Downs and the Kentucky Derby in general are really making a concerted effort to make this more of a spectacle. It's always been a spectacle, right? Mm-hmm. With the hats and the shirts and I mean the dress code and everything else. But even the field with the drunks and tailgating and stuff like that. But they're really making it like like, I don't want to call it like a Coachella kind of deal, but they're really making a concerted effort to get like young people involved and make it more popular. And I think it's a really smart idea. Like these kind of events, these one-offs where it's like, you know, you could go viral very quickly and it only takes, I mean, it's a 5-hour show and the race is 2 minutes and it's done. But that's what like people like about it. I think it's really smart by Churchill Downs and the Kentucky Derby. I know like us as casuals, like I'm probably I watch every year, but like it's fun. Like this is an easy way to, you know, get horse racing back on the map. And Julie, she asked me, she's like, but Arlington doesn't exist anymore, right? I'm like, nope. It's like, even if we wanted to, there's nowhere in Illinois to go. But like,
Hawthorne.
It was cool. Yeah, Hawthorne, but it's not the same, Joey.
No, it's not.
I do like though that for this Derby that they show all the other previous races, you know, that and they do like the breakdowns. You know, you have, you know, Eddie Olczyk, you know, given the horses.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, Steve Kornacki, he's kind of, you know, wearing his welcome. I mean, he's great on election night. He breaks everything down, but I don't need him for the Derby. I don't need him for, you know,
Oscars,
Super Bowl, the Oscars.
Yeah,
they're just putting him in there to put him in there. He's a political guy who breaks down the numbers. I don't need him force fed and doing segments with kids in preschool. That's just, let him do what he does best.
Jay, I like this take. You're getting Kornacki'd out, and I agree with you. I've had enough of his brown khakis.
This white rolled up shirt, like you have like two pieces of clothes in your entire home. But I don't need him breaking down horse races. Give me I want Eddie Olczyk's horses. That's what I need.
He also reminds me of Frank Grimes a little bit.
So one little cool note that I want to bring up, I have to bring it up. I don't know if you guys saw Darren Pang's tweet after the Derby. Troy Murray, obviously we lost Troy Murray just recently. The guy never missed a Derby, and they put a little picture out in his normal Derby seat, and how fitting that number 19 comes all the way back and wins. So wow. Troy Murray's number 19 ends up coming all the way from the back to win. First Derby that he's missed in a long time.
No, that's a touching moment. And then, I think since we're talking about expert analysts on this broadcast every year, and this is on NBC, I think the NBC's dropping the ball. Who is like their most popular Olympic host?
Snoop Dogg.
So why is Snoop Dogg? I'm demand
Snoop Dogg out too. And this is me coming from like, Doggy Style is one of my favorite albums of all time. I've had enough of Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. I can never have enough. I need Snoop Dogg doing the Derby breakdown next year.
Yeah, I was actually watching a little bit of the Kentucky Oaks too, because Portnoy had a horse that came in second to last, but it was just a cool story, and they had Fanta out there. So I was watching a little bit of the Oaks. And yeah, the Ortiz brothers, man, it seems like if you're a jockey, the Ortiz brothers are running the show right now.
If you're a jockey, you have to be named Ortiz.
Yeah.
They I saw 310,000 is what he won as a jockey for the Kentucky Derby. That don't seem like enough.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the payout. Oh wait, sorry. I was not looking at the correct winnings. Let's see. Yeah, they're just doing. I was trying to find out the horse payouts, but I read the wrong article. Yeah.
Shit, I mean, that was 23-1, so that was a huge payout.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, Peter, what's the last headline here?
Final headline. This is food related. I saw it kind of all over the place. Black Club Chicago was covering it, but Pop-Up Bagels in Chicago opened up. It attracted a crowd with a unique bagel experience. Pop-Up Bagels, very viral New York style bagels, and people are standing in line in Lincoln Park, or was it Lincoln Park or Wicker Park, for New York bagels. I saw a line. I have another slide that doesn't look as good, but like this line wrapped around like 3 different blocks. People are standing in line for hours for New York bagels. And I've never been in New York. I know I've got a couple sisters that swear by New York bagels. But I've just never been. Like, how good can a bagel be that you're standing in line for hours? Anybody? You guys are all foodies here.
No, I don't wait in line for bagels. Give me my.
You wait
Dunkin'
in line
or-
for food,
Dunkin'
though.
or-
You do like.
I will.
You
but
like a viral restaurant.
I do. Also, I need to call it out. We need to talk to our guys at JP Graziano's. We need to get them make a Jardinera schmear.
Well, that's what I was just gonna say. Like, is Portillo's Jardinera even really all that famous for them to like have their own schmear?
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
We need a JP
Yeah,
Graziano schmear.
Right. Maybe that'll be the next thing I make.
There we
Maybe
go,
I'll have
Dougie.
Yeah.
Joey, you
Yeah.
fuck with the bagel?
I ain't messing with the bagel, but I'll stand in line down in New Orleans at Cafe Du Monde for a
Oh,
beignet any day.
Powdered
Yeah.
sugar. Now we're talking powdered
Oh, yeah.
sugar.
Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah, I just don't know. Like it just seems crazy. I know, young people ain't nobody got jobs, so you got time to stand in line, but you got to be crazy if I'm going to work and I'm wasting time to get fucking an hour's worth of bagels. It just makes no sense. But yeah, I've never been to New York. I know Jerry O'Sullivan says no bagels worth standing in line, but New York bagels are phenomenal. I don't know what the difference is. I got Great American Bagel down the street. I have a breakfast sandwich every once in a while. They're good, but like I don't know what the difference is.
I think the big thing with the New York bagel is it's just the turnaround. Like they're so constantly being sold that they're like super fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like even like Great American Bagel, as good as it is, and as it's made that day, they're still sitting in those trays, in the like their little wire racks or whatever forever. Like in New York, it's kind of like they fly around so fast, and I think that's what it is. It's just the like freshness of it all.
Well, they talk about the water too, and like the fluffiness of it all. I don't know.
Whatever rat shit.
Although you guys are talking about the, if we do a JP Graziano's, schmear.
Oh, I'm doing it.
I'd fuck with a super hot Tommaso bagel. That would be good with the Jardinera schmear.
Okay.
Well, that's something for us to think about.
All right, you bring the bagels, I'll bring the schmear.
Done.
All right.
Done and done. All right, so we're not fucking with these pop-up bagels though, right?
No.
I mean, if I'm in the area and there's no line, I'll try it, but I'm not going on my way to do it.
You're gonna have to burn a PTO day standing in line,
right?
Yeah, it'd be like Cosmics all over again.
Different times.
That closed down, right?
Yeah,
it did.
We never got a part 2 of the review.
We did not. My goal was to run through the whole menu. It didn't happen.
It's like watching a series on TV and it gets canceled before the cliffhanger's over.
All right, let's pay some of our own bills.
Yeah, our own bills. Oh no, I got frozen
paid.
No, yeah, I got frozen StreamYard. Nothing's working right now.
ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com is the home for all Chicago Sports Bums merch. We have Bears, Hawks, Sox, and Bums merch available. Anything you need to get ready for a big game or a Chicago Sports Bums event. Remember, all profits go directly back into our Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates to keep the beer and food free for everyone. So head over to ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com and pick up a couple Toot Tree shirts today.
Yeah, and thanks to everyone who bought our limited edition Whiskey at Comiskey opening day concert tee. Really, really appreciate all the support that you guys shown us for putting on our tailgates, whether it was buying the shirt, donating at the tailgates. We appreciate it. Goes a long way. And but that doesn't mean you can't give us more money. We got Mooney shirts, we got the Japanese shirt, we got Willie's Boys Don't Quit. Keep spending money.
I was gonna say the tailgates ain't stopping, so it's not just opening day; it's a whole season's worth of tailgates. But like you mentioned, we do appreciate everyone buying shirts, giving us donations, even the people volunteering, because that goes a long way too. We talked about it for opening day. Love family, Marge, everyone, Tina, everyone that helps week in and week out, or month in and month out. It goes a long way. But yeah, appreciate everyone. Super chats, t-shirts, all of that fun stuff.
Yep. All right. As the nerds know, today is May the 4th. It is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. Peter, get your sword. Yeah, good. You got it up pretty quick.
Hey, not that old, huh?
So I wanted to bring this up. I saw this from Mark Lazarus today.
The Blackhawks guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He tier ranked all of the that is not the right one. There we go. He tier ranked all of the Star Wars movies and TV shows. And Dougie, I'm sorry you might not be participating in this segment. He has never seen a Star Wars.
You know what, Dougie? Keep us updated on the White Sox score, please.
Yeah, I got you.
And Joey, you said you've seen the movies but not the TV shows. So
Andor is the only one I've seen.
But so I guess me and you, Peter, can kind of go through this list here. I think we're both in agreement that Andor is in the God tier.
I've talked about this. I think Andor is not even in Star Wars universe good. It could be talked about as just TV good. Yeah, I'm talking Breaking Bad, Sopranos, Game of Thrones. I know a lot of people don't watch it because it is technically a Star Wars, thing. But you take the Star Wars out of it, it's just a really good political thriller, kind of like a spy kind of deal. It's really, really well done. I agree. I agree that this should be in God tier, S tier, whatever your top tier is, it should be there.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you on that. And then in his S tier, he's got The Empire Strikes Back. I think that's you don't think that's the best.
I think it is the best of the Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
I think this is still, because of its relevancy, because it still holds up, because it came out, 40, 50 years before Andor came out. I think Empire still should be God tier.
That's what I was going to say. I think
above Andor.
I think it should be up in the top ranking as well. If I was going to swap out, I would put Mandalorian in the S tier. He has it as B. I think Mandalorian is just great. It's a little campy sometimes, but it's still a great series. So I'm going to put that in for me in my S tier.
Yeah, I would put Mandalorian in A tier. The only other S tier I would keep are the episode 4 and episode 6. So A New Hope and Return of the Jedi, I think, are just a little bit below Empire Strikes Back and Andor. Mm-hmm. And then everything else is A tier, or A tier, B tier for me. So I like Mandalorian a lot. I think it is the best of the live action Disney TV shows. But I don't think it's at the next level. I think it's A tier for me.
Yeah. And I guess people can make a case too how good Rogue One was.
I watched it 2 weeks ago, rewatched it 2 weeks ago, and I forgot how good it was. I think I would put that right underneath. I think I like Rogue One better than any of the prequels or any of the sequel movies. I don't like it better than episode 4, 5, and 6, although I could probably be convinced that I do. I think that Rogue One's going to hold up great, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. I think it'll keep climbing up the ranks.
Yeah.
And it helps because Andor.
It does. Let's take a quick on the other side here, it's bookended. He's got the F tier: Phantom Menace, Rise of Skywalker, Attack of the Clones. So basically, 2 of the prequels. I don't know if I would put them in F tier. Like, I think, okay, maybe Phantom Menace I would.
Mooney Bomb.
There we go. Mooney Bomb. Let's go.
I should have got that home run bet in today.
What are we at score-wise? It was 2-0. 4-0 now? Okay.
Yep. Antonacci was on first.
That's why the Paisan needs to be on the leadoff.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's sealing your argument, Jay. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you stand,
I don't
Peter?
think of the F tiers. I think Phantom Menace, although I talk about it's the reason I got into Star Wars, because I never grew up with the original trilogy, but like right when the prequels came out, that's when I really got into Star Wars. So it served its purpose, but it's not great. Even rewatching it as an adult, like it gets bogged down and it's just not a fun watch. So I agree with that. I would probably put Rise of Skywalker just the Rise of Skywalker in F tier. I was gonna put the other one in there, but no, I think F tier, I would stop there. And then everything else for me is kind of just A, B. I don't have a lot of like hate. I know a lot of people did not like the Book of Boba Fett. I liked a lot of parts of it. I like that Black Chrysanthemum was in the Book of Boba Fett. I like that 2 of the Book of Boba Fett episodes were basically Mandalorian episodes, and you kind of have to watch those.
That's what he got the notes in there.
Oh,
yeah. He said 2 episodes of Boba Fett are incredible, but let's be honest, both are really Mandalorian episodes.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. So like, they still serve a purpose. I
Back
like
to back home runs from Vargas.
Yeah.
Should have put all the home run bets in today.
Star Wars talk is good for Sox playing.
Yeah, let's go. I think Ahsoka goes up a little higher.
I like Ahsoka a lot.
I'm dropping Acolyte though. I absolutely hated the Acolyte. The one thing I really hated about the Acolyte was how they retconned in fucking Matrix shit, and none of the other Jedis in the subsequent movies knew how to do all the. You're like, oh yeah, all of a sudden,
where do these skills come from?
They're fucking kung fu masters and they're not taking out any lightsabers, but in all the other movies, they don't know how to throw a punch.
I like that. I didn't like Skeleton Crew all that much. I know it was like Star Wars Stranger Things. I watched it, but like it was just fine. So I could probably move that down. This is going to be bad. I know Teresa's watching. We're going to do we said we wanted to do a recap after the season's over. I've still only watched the first 2 episodes of Maul's Shadow Lord. I was waiting for it to all drop.
I gotta watch that.
I liked what I saw so far, so I'm incomplete on that. And then Solo, I didn't like Solo.
I was about to ask you about Solo. I think Solo is probably C tier.
I might drop it F tier. I know people like it. I never got into it. I've only rewatched it like twice.
What about Obi-Wan?
I liked Obi-Wan. People didn't like Obi-Wan. I liked it a lot. I mean, we got the Vader Obi-Wan fight again. I thought that was really cool. It was like fan service to 1,000. So I like it.
Yeah. All right. Any other Star Wars notes before we wrap it up?
No, I like this list. I mean, I didn't know Mark. See, that's the thing about, like I talked about in the beginning of the show. I didn't know Mark Lazarus was a Star Wars guy. I always knew him as just the Blackhawks guy. But like the May 4th and Revenge of the 5th, like it brings out all the casuals or even people that you know them from this, but now they're Star Wars fans. So I like it.
All right, that's our May the 4th be with you talk. And now we're going to close that, as always, by bumming some people.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You call me a bum? My man, I take that with pride, with honor, that I'm a bum. I'm the king of the bums, baby.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
Bum.
All right, let's... get to our listener bums and MVBs. First up, Jerry O'Sullivan, MVB, my daughter Josie, for trying to win at her first communion on Saturday. Oh, trying to whine. Sorry, I cannot read today, folks. My hand game is just,
the hand.
I'm playing hurt.
The hand is hurting the eyes.
Trying to whine at her first communion. Did she take the whole? Did she chug it all, or did she take a sip? That's what I want to know. I saw a video of a kid
chalice.
Yeah, just chugging the whole chalice. Bum of the week, St. Al's for waiting to call off our soccer game tonight until we drove all the way there. You got Jerry'd, my friend. St. Al's jerried you. I hope you didn't spend money to
the concessions. They left the concessions open even though it was raining. Yeah. Fucking pizza and nachos for everybody.
Gas prices.
Yeah. Next up.
Oh, that's me. Hold on.
Yeah, it's you. Mike, MVB, all of the White Sox Twitter conversing all weekend. Extra thanks to Aloha Mr. Hand for catching me on TV in San Diego. And thank you, Mike, for wearing the Mooney shirt to the game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah, appreciate that. Bum of the week, me for not taking Monday off after coming home on the red eye. Rookie mistake, dude.
That's a rookie mistake. Mike, you know better than that. That is a tough scene, especially West Coast. That's tough. Tough scene.
Unless you start like at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, you work second shift. Bad move. Fine. So the gentleman, Colonel Bourbon, MVB, fun bad Sox for being more fun than bad. We all agree on that. Bum of the week, the Bulls. Seriously, what the fuck? I guess he doesn't like the
move. Is Joe Bourbon? I know he's a puck bum. He's our puck bum.
Yeah.
Is he a Bulls bum too?
Is he a ball bum?
Is he a ball bum?
He's showing his stripes right now. I think he is.
Are you and Joe Bourbon the hoops bums?
We might be. I have to run this by him and see what he says. I got to get his thoughts. I need the deets. Give me the deets.
I think we have his thoughts.
Next up, we got King Ass MVB. I don't know, the White Sox. Yes, why not?
Yeah,
win 5 in a row. They deserve it. Bum of the week, the stupid week-long call. I mean, like 3 week long.
Yeah, this guy's milking this man flu forever.
Yep.
Put him
Next
in a
up,
bubble.
Mailman Jack MVB, my long guy Tino for showing up out of the blue last Thursday to set things up for this summer's home beautifying. Honestly, thought he would ghost at us, but just popped up and made my lazy ass smile. Isn't that what you pay? Isn't that what you pay people for? I mean,
I gotta call out Tino. What the hell's he been slacking? We've been cutting for like 3-4 weeks already. He's just showing up for the first week. Although I will say, and this is now me speaking for all landscapers, hardscapers, yard guys, show them a little grace right now because of the weather and just the beginning of the season. It's been a fucking shitty ass start to the year. I know I got home like at 7 o'clock trying to set up the slides. And I'm not crying because I'm used to this. We've been doing this for a long time. Every year has its ups and downs, but between rains and storms and cold and then hot and then cold again, it's been a shitty start to the year. So give your lawn guys a little bit of grace. They're going to show up when they show up.
Yep. His bum of the week, CPD, for breaking up our little early Mother's Day barbecue fun fest we had outside the post office last Friday after business hours. I guess things got a little too loud in the parking lot. Maybe you were just trespassing on government property, Jack.
Dude, what is that? The postal workers and Mailman Jack, they're hanging out like a Friday high school football game, like waiting for everybody to leave and we could booze out of our trunks. What is happening? I'm not judging, but I didn't expect it from my postal workers.
All right. Let's get to our bums and MVBs. Let's start off with Joe.
All right. Let's see. This week, my MVP, I have to shout out our guy, Gordo. The dude is putting in the work. I'll tell you. Backstory, Friday, we planned a Vito and Nick's pizza extravaganza, Sandy, myself, and Gordo for a few weeks now. So normally, he's always giving me the heads up. When I get there, you can help me with my wheelchair. Like, all right. So here I go, blocking off half of Pulaski Road so I can wait in the back of his car when he arrived. And I scouted him a parking spot right in front of the door, curbside. And, I'm waiting in the back, like, open up the hatchback before I get ran over, bro, so I can get your wheelchair. And he's popping open his driver door. He's like, get in the back seat. I'm like, are you kidnapping me? No. I got my walker back there. I'm going to walk. I'm going to show you.
Oh,
hell yeah. All right.
Our guys putting in them steps. So he's getting better. I told him, hopefully, he keeps this up at this rate. When we see him at the rate, he's going to be walking. So shout out MVB Gordo.
You know what, Joey P? I like that. That's a feel-good story. Now I'm going to take all the credit and pat myself on the back, Barry Horowitz style, because all it took was me pushing him down the ramp at a White Sox game and pretending it was Fast and the Furious for him to be like, fuck this, I got to start walking.
Right.
This guy's going to kill me. Because I had a great time pushing him down that ramp in the at the Sox game.
You're just like, do I let go?
Yeah, no. You know that this is a really random like reference, but you guys know that Paul Rudd clip that like he always plays on Conan O'Brien with the wheelchair.
Yeah.
That was basically Gordo when I was pushing him down the ramp.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. My bum of the week. It's affecting everyone. The whole world is being affected by this, and not in a good way. It's these crazy fuel prices. I'm dealing with it at the job. I know all industries are dealing with it right now. Peter, you're dealing with it. I mean, there's airlines going out of business because of fuel prices. There has to come a time where something has to give, like over across the border, Indiana, fuel prices went up over $1 in less than a week. Over $1. That's unheard of happening in Indiana, and everybody's being affected negatively. So whoever's in charge of this stuff, and we know who you all are, fix it, please. Because
we know, Joe.
I know. Just fix it, because it's really, really going to devastate lives in more ways than one. So fix these fuel prices, please. My bum of the week.
All right. Good. Yep. Good shit, Joe. All right. We'll piggyback that off Peter.
Yeah. I'll piggyback it. My bum of the week is Spirit Airlines, and it sucks because it's the economy airlines. And I know, Dougie, we've all complained about whether I haven't flown Spirit, but I've flown I've flown Southwest, but yeah, JetBlue. I've flown Frontier before, but those budget airlines serve the purpose. And I know a lot of people are talking about like all these other airlines are kind of like absorbing their fares and they're not raising prices for a couple months and stuff like that. However garbage you think those airlines are, they serve a purpose and they help people that can't necessarily fly in certain conditions. It's not always because you're going on vacation. Family member dies, last case scenario. Like you need those type of budget airlines to be able to make ends meet. And them going out of business is a problem for a lot of people, not only, Spirit Airline employees and, people that fly Spirit Airlines, but anybody that flies in general, whether it's vacation or otherwise. It's going to affect everyone one way or another, just like gas prices, just like everything else. So the fact that these things are happening, and we can complain and we could, complain online and protest in the streets as much as you want. It just seems like nothing is changing is a problem. And it sucks. And it just like, as much as people say like, oh, this was going to happen. It stinks when it is actually happening. So like, hopefully things get better because livelihoods are at stake, not just with the Spirit Airline things, but like you mentioned, gas prices and everything else. Like there's only so much a public can take and a working blue collar, community can take when all of this stuff is like seems to be pinned against you. So Spirit Airlines and everything else, bum of the week.
Any MVBs?
I said I bookended my MVBs. I said it last week because it was on Wednesday, and I'll do it again this week because I celebrated with Julie. It was her birthday. So shout out Julie for another year around the sun, and shout out that Salt Shed employee that hooked us up with the seats.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna go next. My bum of the week is FanDuel. Biggest betting day of the year outside the Super Bowl, and you decide your systems are going to go down. They were down for I think about a good hour, where you couldn't place any bets, and I was trying to get some of the early race bets in, but I feel like that's probably one of the worst case scenarios, worst times for your stuff to go down. And I'm also curious to know how much money they lost per minute by being down.
Oh, I can only imagine. I remember the one Seattle versus New England Super Bowl. The not FanDuel, but DraftKings went down, and it was down like right at the beginning of the Super Bowl. And I was just thinking to myself, man, the amount of people that like just can't get bets in, unbelievable, dude.
Yep. So bum of the week, FanDuel.
Here's something similar to you, Jason. JT says bum of the week, DraftKings, for making me have a separate horse racing app to bet on horses. That's not good either.
No, that's
FanDuel does a weird thing. You click on it and it like sends you to another.
Yeah, it takes you. It's built in, but it takes you to a whole nother like website basically. Yeah. And then my MVP of the week is Jim Callis from MLB Pipeline. He was on 104, 670 to score. I'm not going to call it 104 to score anymore.
Shit.
He was on 670 to score tonight, and he basically told Boob Nightingale, "Shut the fuck up. If the Sox are drafting Rock Chalowski, he's going to sign." Boob put everyone in a fizzy by saying that, well, Sox might not take him. He might not sign. He might get more offered. He might get offered $4 million more, not knowing how the bonus pool and any of that stuff works. And Jim Callis, who follows basically every single prospect coming out of college and high school, said, yeah, he's going to sign if he gets drafted. So MVP of the week to Jim Callis for actually knowing what he's talking about in calming Sox fans. All right. Dougie, take us home.
All right. My bum of the week goes out to Fanatics. Fanatics, I mean, it's low-hanging fruit at this point. Everybody could bum them for reason beyond reason. Day of the Bears draft, I went ahead and got myself a Dylan jersey because I was like, you know what? I'm like, I got to be like everybody else in Naperville and get myself a Dylan jersey, And I
almost put up my water.
I immediately was like, okay, like they wouldn't give you like a real like timetable and everything like that because obviously he still hasn't picked out his number, and I understand that shit. Like, there is going to be a little bit of a delay. It isn't like some of the other shit like like teams in the Super Bowl, stuff like that, where numbers. You should be able to be a legitimate company and kind of like get the ball rolling on shit. You kind of got to wait until the guy picks his number. Understand that. I just looked at my expected delivery date. It's October 1st.
Is that many Dylan Thieneman jerseys being ordered?
Brother,
that's crazy.
I mean,
October 1st.
I'm just guessing that like it's got to be some kind of glitch in their system. There's no possible way that like it's the beginning of May and they're telling me, hey, yeah, it's gonna take like 5 months. In 5 months, I'm pretty sure that I can learn how to make my own jersey, and I could make my own jersey in 5 months. So
I was like, do they have like one person working at Fanatics stitching all the fucking jerseys together? Like, how do you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, did you see that whole shit with the Utah Mammoth shirts? Did you see that? They spelled Utah wrong. I'm telling you, you look it up. It's all over the internet. They put out their playoff T-shirts and they spelled Utah wrong. They couldn't get
UTHA.
Yeah, dude. They couldn't even get a 4-letter word right.
YOUTAW.
Right. I mean, dude, it's brutal. But man, Fanatics.
I can't imagine that they're gonna be like partners with like major sporting events.
They own everything now.
Yeah.
It's like every goddamn league they own it. And the problem is, you know what? Maybe this is Spin Zone, Michael Rubin. They tell you August 1st, and then October 1st. And then when you get it in July for your birthday, you're gonna be like MVB Fanatics. They got me.
No, that's still
it's still like, no, like if you order a jersey, like that should be like within a week.
Dude, when I so the couple of times that I did it, on draft day, dude, I mean, I had it within a month. You know, like I think it was 3 weeks.
When Cutler got traded, I had his jersey ordered within a week.
Yeah.
I got it. It was like 3 days. But I think that back then it was Reebok still, right?
Yeah.
So why can't Reebok get back in the jersey game? Like they just,
I don't know. Reebok made some solid jerseys back in the day, man.
How many different ways do you think they're gonna fuck up Thieneman?
Oh, they're gonna spell it wrong.
I mean, Dougie was only saying Dylan. Don't. You're not pulling a fast one on me. But Fanatics is gonna fuck up Thieneman too.
Yeah, I am no way a pronunciation master. I am the worst at it. But yeah, it'll probably come as Thielen.
Yeah, Thielen.
Yeah.
Jerry Sullivan says Bums merch always arrives on time. Just saying. That's right, Jerry.
Promptly.
Sometimes ahead of schedule.
We got a t-shirt across the pond in like 4 days.
That was actually surprising.
It was very shocking.
When Jason, when you're like, I'm opening up shipping to UK, I'm like, okay, cool. And then Colin like tweets like 3 days later, I got my shirt. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was insane. So my MVP has to go out to the Carolina Hurricanes. They just put out the no. Listen to this. You're gonna actually like this. You guys have seen the skate mug?
Yeah,
that they have for the beers, right? Okay. Here's why they're my MVP. They had so many people asking for these things, and they wanted them to put them in the gift shop so you didn't have to buy the beer. They charged more in the gift shop for the cup to be empty than it was at the stand to have beer in it. So MVB move, because you know what? All these millennials, we've talked about it before. Peter was talking about it before. Nobody wants to drink anymore. Hey, drink it or shut the fuck up. You gotta.
I like that.
Yeah,
it's a good move.
Yeah, so I want to say like the skate with the thing was like 18 or $19 or something like that, but in the the gift shop or whatever, they were saying it was like 25. So
fuck Carolina.
Oh, come on. Yeah, I was laughing so hard at that. I was like, this is amazing.
Leave it to Dougie to talk about his Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah, but also too, though, you know what? I understand what they're probably thinking. They're probably thinking, all these people that are going to the gift shop to buy them, they're just buying them to throw them on eBay, you know? And if you go on eBay or whatever, they're like $150 to $200 for one of these cups right now. Yeah.
You know what?
They sold 6,000 of them before the first quarter or first period.
I forgot. We used to have and Jason, during our Stanley Cup Blackhawks run, when we did our drinking rules and stuff like that, remember we had the Stanley Cup, like
the beer toppers.
The beer toppers.
Yeah,
I forgot what they were calling those.
Like
we had
a beer can. You put like a Stanley Cup on top of the beer can, and then you just drink out of the cup.
If you go online now, like even on eBay, they're like worth hundreds of dollars. I'm like, man, we had them like lying around your apartment. Like we all had one.
Yeah, shit, we should have kept.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Peter, what's on the Baloney Show this week?
Yeah, Baloney Show is back. I'm talking music. So first, actually, I got to figure this out with you, Jay. We got to pre-record something because there's some Resident Evil news, and you're my Resident Evil guy. So Nerd News will be back. I'll probably talk Resident Evil with you, Jay, for a couple 2-3 minutes. But the majority of the show, there's this guy doing this project on TikTok, and I'm just stealing his idea because I liked it so much. It's basically your favorite album from every year you were alive. So now, not the most popular album. I'm not gonna have like Michael Jackson Thriller on there, but every year I was alive, from 1983 until now, I'm gonna talk about my favorite album of that year. It's a really cool follow on TikTok if you guys do TikTok, and I'm gonna do it on the Baloney Show this week.
All right,
very cool,
good stuff. All right. Well, thank everyone who commented, who made us laugh. We appreciate you all. Don't forget to RSVP for Whiskey at Comiskey on May 16th. If you haven't already, we appreciate you, everyone who has. And then everyone just enjoy the wild ride. It's going to be the White Sox this week. They're up 5-0 right now, and we can't wait to see what they do for the rest of the week. So until then, may the 4th be with you. Have a great night. See you all next week.